Lots of people tell me that you shouldn't need religion to be good. If I need the magic sky wizard standing over me with threats and punishments, I must actually be a really terrible person. I know everyone likes the idea that we can be good naturally. For one thing, the world is a happier place to navigate when I can see others as basically trustworthy. But let me ask you honestly, how good are you, really? Can you tell me, with your hand on your heart, that you never mess up? Have you always done the right thing? In reality, most of us do obey the law. Except when it's a stupid law that nobody should be required to obey. Most of us do get along with other people. Except when he was really mean to me and he deserved everything I did to him. And most of us do act kindly. Except when I know that he wouldn't go out of his way to help me either. Our prisons are full of people who will claim exactly what I've just said. And while we're at it, where is the line between a good person who occasionally does bad things and a bad person who occasionally does good? Now, yes, there is such a thing as corrupt religion, and I'm as fed up with it as you are. But in the same way, I could use my car to kill people, but that doesn't mean that we ban all cars, nor does it prove that cars are inherently bad. Religion reminds us of a few things. It reminds us that despite our best efforts and outward appearances, there exists within all of us the capacity for good and for evil. While we tend to believe ourselves capable of one, but deny the other. Religion also reminds us that we don't start out with other people's best interests at heart. If you disagree, go and spend half an hour on playground duty in a junior primary school. We start out with our own interests and our own beliefs at the centre of our world, and we require some training and discipline to get the hang of the kindness thing. In practical terms, that does include some notion of reward and punishment, although hopefully as we mature we grow out of that sort of thing. But that is where we begin. And religion teaches us the tools to be self-aware enough to see through our mental gymnastics, our self-justifications, to recognise when we make a mess of things and need to reassess our lives and actions. Alan de Botton, in his book Religion for Atheists, points out that there is no other institution that exists to remind us that life is ultimately better when we can learn and practice things like humility, gratitude, self-awareness, self-control, compassion, forgiveness, and saying I'm sorry. So, am I a terrible person? Yes, I have to admit there have been at least times when I have been. Am I a good person? I'll leave you to ask a few of the people who know me well enough to be able to answer that question properly.